Hey guys, what is going on? Why is this thing not charging for? Hmm. What is going on? What is going on? So, today was my first solo run of my career, and I did have a little bit of hiccups, I ain't gonna lie. Bear with me, guys. I am trying to charge this GoPro so I can give you all a video that I did this morning of um, me hooking up to the trailer, and basically I wore it on my head. And so got a little live footage for you guys tonight as soon as this thing gets charged where I can pull the video. Hold on a second. For some reason that charger is not charging it. There we go. There we go. Now we in business. Alright, so what's up, man? Hey, Adrian, damn Auburn. I tell you what, I was watching the game, and evidently it was delayed on the Dish app. So she called, and I was like, "Let me call you back. The game's on." I says, "There's only 2 minutes left," and you could just tell the look in her face. You know, she's just like, I was like, "They lost, didn't they?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Damn it!" But so, anyways, whoa, this thing getting a little foot. There you go. So I got up this morning, signed the lease this morning, probably about 1:30. That way, I was able to take the truck out of the yard. This whole time that I've been in the truck, I've been at Springfield. Was not able to take it out. That's one of the things, they defer the payment for 7 days. But once you sign it, you can leave the yard, and you can't leave the yard until you do everything. So as far as giving you all the pre-pass, the booklet, and thanks Dale, in the whole 9 yards. So I left out of there, went to Campus Inn, Ghetto Inn, picked up my clothes, all the stuff that I had on Chad's truck at the campus, grabbed everything, put it in here, and basically went back to Springfield or Prime. Got the load that I already talked with the driver lineup with, so went over, picked it up, hooked everything up. Everything went smooth. Unlike Bags, I was watching just a minute ago, his trailer was not over there where the loaded was. So luckily mine was there. And I rode out probably about 3 o'clock this morning. So I've been wrapped up for a little bit. I've been finished up over here chilling at the Pilot, enjoying myself. Cleaned up my truck a little bit. So the other day, I forget who it was, I think it was Adrian. So basically got all my things off the floor. So basically this is the inverter right here. There monitors the inverter. Got some shelving up there. Got the old bed going on over here. I have no idea what those things are. They was in the truck when I got here. I really don't know what they are. There's some heavy duty son of a bucks though. Then you got your controls right here. Controls lighting, radio, and that kind of stuff. Then you got your APU. Turns on right here. Thanks, Kyle. Went out, hung all my stuff up here that I got. Got lots of cabinet space here. Whoa, can we get a little? There ain't much light in there, so you can't see it really. So then you got the top bunk. The top bunk's actually stationary. You don't move because Chad's actually folds down and you can fold it up and everything. But this one does not move. But lots of lighting in here. So lots of lighting. There's a little knob down there that actually controls the other lights in there as well. So sitting back here, this is what it looks like. Got the juice loaded up, got the extra batteries right here, got my trash bag on my arm. I got the curtain, I had the curtain pulled a minute ago when I was making the bed and cleaning up all this junk that was in the floor. Time to make some money, that's right, Adrian. Got my safety vests, got my hand sanitizer. That's actually a towel. Chad told me to bring a towel on the truck, and just to be honest with you, I never used it, not one time. So I've got it folded up in there. One of the things you got to get though is one of these bags right here, right there, for your stuff when you go and take showers and stuff. So yeah, the only thing the seat I think is really comfortable. The only thing I don't like about this versus Chad's seat is the arms. They're short, but like Chad's comes out to, you know, like here. So these are like really short, but other than that, man, it's good. So today, hold on, let me turn this thing around, let me talk to you guys. So this is where I'm at basically. So I'm about 241 miles from my drop, or actually from my, I think it's gonna be a live unload. 241 miles, guys, and I don't deliver until noon on Tuesday. So tomorrow I may have some more bed sores laying up in here, you know, just checking things out. But let's see. So on the arrival, look here, 220 miles out. I ran my clock down today until about, I guess I ran about 9.5 hours, 10 hours out of it. Let me flip this thing around. Alright, so we got so is it first load with the truck. I can tell you right now it's way smoother than a Freightliner, but that wasn't too much of a shock because that thing will beat you to death. The only thing that's kind of weird about this one is when you hit bumps, the seat, you can hear the air go shh, 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 shh. It just like keeps on letting out. I mean, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but it does that. But definitely rides way smoother than the Freightliner. So this load today that they hooked me up with, 43,000, a little over 43,000 pounds. So I was about 10.6 on my tractor tires, on my steer tires. My tractor tires, I was about 33,000, 32.4, something like that. Then I was like 32,000 in the back. So remember, brand new truck, and I went over there. As you guys do the videos and stuff, when you looking at doing your CBTs and stuff, this is some of the things that the right way, that's the weighing system that's built into the trucks that Prime puts in there. So that's something that's really important, you guys, when you're out there, because my right way load scale on my truck said I was 36,000 pounds. Well, obviously you only can put 34, and 12. So I was illegal. based on this scale right here. So when I went out outbound today, this morning, that's the reason why I actually went out with a scale, because I wanted to weigh it. And there is an adjustment on there, and it tells you weigh yourself heavy and then correct the scale, because now I corrected it. You take a screwdriver and you basically, just like a time clock, like a clock or something, you just like wind it back. It was kind of tedious to do. The guy gave me a screwdriver from outbound to do it with, but fixed that issue. But another cool feature is that, I don't know if I can show you guys here or not. Hold on one second. Let me not be a rookie and set my alarm off with everybody here. Let me see if this will let me do this here. Another cool little feature this one has. Whoa. That's the Bendix system. That means that you're outside of the lines. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, it'll let me show it, I believe. Oh, come on. So I'm actually toggling through these gauges. Right here we go. I think. No. I don't know if it's going to let me do it or not. I think it's going to let me. Let's see. ABS, that's the alerts. Oh, right here we go, I think. Sit down and make a radar. The truck. Oh, right here. So check this out. This is pretty cool, guys. So even this is a little different than the actual scale. So Chad's doesn't have this on here either. I thought that it was pretty cool. That's something that the International has put in their system. So when you're toggling through, so everybody that's hating on the Internationals, guys, now this hasn't very many miles on it, but let me get back here. Hold on. Right there. Let me get, I don't know, where am I? Get out here. Here we go. Right there. So I just went 520 miles today, and I actually started this about an hour. Like I said, about an hour. I don't know, about 9.5 hours. I guess about 30 minutes or so. So pulling a heavy load, man. This is a really heavy load, and getting 8.3. I was driving, 58 miles an hour because I was just, I ain't no hurry. Shoot, I ain't no hurry. That's for sure with this load. But it was one of the when I went through driver lineup, it was one of the better paying loads. Hopefully I can get in there and get out pretty quick. I was wanting to be positioned in a way where, if I had to go out to, Chad said to try to, damn, the wind is blowing over here. To try to position yourself where, Pennsylvania, Ohio, that kind of area. So I'm pretty close, so hopefully I can get a good run out of here to make a lot more money. But this one, for 742 miles, I mean, it was a little over $1,000. So okay, 1,053, something like that. So wasn't too bad. Hey, it beats $700 a week. This is basically 2 days. Boom, here. Get out of here. That's what I'm talking about. So the fuel on here was really weird, because one of the things when I was in the class the other day, they were talking about how the new tractors, their engines basically adapt to what you do, meaning that, for example, if you bobtail 100 miles, 200 miles, whatever, for, I think he said for like more than 45 minutes, you bobtail for more than 45 minutes, the tractor, the brain of the tractor thinks that, that's you ain't got much weight back there, so it kind of gives it that, not I don't know how to say it really. Basically, when you bobtail, and if you were to hook up to a trailer without shutting the engine off and hooked it up to the trailer, it would be a big difference, because in the computer brain, it still thinks that that's the way it should run and everything. So shifting wise and all that, transmission. So he said what you have to do is turn the key off. You can turn it right back on, and it kind of resets it. So the reason why I was talking about that is, so I had the truck in the yard last night, and I was, I had 65 miles on here, and I was like, we've ran Chad's pretty low as far as to fill up. So I was kind of familiar with that, the Freightliner, or at least his Freightliner, on fuel mileage and stuff, what you can do, what you can't do. So I put 125 gallons of gas in today. So I was just expecting to get, just on a heavy load, not really knowing anything. We kind of based everything off 8 miles per gallon in Chad's Freightliner. So I said, worst case scenario, let's do 7. So I did 125 gallons, added a little extra just in case, just in case, because it's always going to be cheaper at the yard, the more places that you're out here and everything. So went ahead and put 125 gallons in there. It was $2.99 is what it cost for fuel was. So it brought me about 3/4 of the way, and it said I had 809 miles left till empty. This is what I'm talking about when I say that you got to reset its thinking, because I've been bobtailing in and out as far as the different shop, the places, hooking up to different trailers, just kind of playing around with it, test driving it inside the yard. So I drove, probably a good 2 miles in there. So it said 65 miles till empty. Then it said 809 miles when I put that 125 gallon in there. So I'm rolling down the road, and I've probably gone 200 or 300 miles, and it still says 109 miles left in the tank. So when I stopped for my 30-minute break, and I turned the key off and turned it back on, that's when it started rethinking again. So now I think I'm down to like 690 something. But remember, I only have 221 miles left. So next week will be a good week too, because I'll be able to not fuel up, and so I don't have to worry about that. DEF, I went ahead and filled up all my DEF at the yard. It's super cheap there. You can get DEF out here, freaking $2.89. It was $1.40 at the yard. So I said, fill it up. Now I can tell you, like Chad's DEF on his Freightliner, and that's emissions. That's the thing that California came up with. It for those don't know what it is. Basically, it's I think emissions something whatever. So that's something that you don't ever put into the tank, as far as the diesel tank. That will jack up the motor, lock it up. You won't be able to run. You're going to pay $14,000 to get a new motor. So, anyways, Chad's, man, we can run to California, back to California, and we may have to fill it up once we do that second trip back there. So, you can run on, I'm not sure about this one. Let's see where this noise is going to buzz again. Sorry, guys, but I just wanted to kind of see where I was on I'm at 3/4. So I'm at 3/4 of a tank right now on the DEF. And I just feel like for Chad's, I don't think his would have used that much. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I mean, it was only I think 9 gallons what it held. So Chad's tank may be bigger. I don't know what it is, but mine seemed to burn to death more than the Freightliner is what I'm saying. But it is what it is with that. You know, you can't cry over spilt milk. But for those that are wondering, what's it like being by yourself now? Man, it feels good. It really feels good. Feel like you got to, feel like you're accomplished. And what I mean by that is, when you're in the TNT phase, you can really think about, if you got the wrong trainer, I could see how people quit and dip out on it. I could definitely see that, because if you have no regards to driving team and you're in that team atmosphere, it's hard. I ain't gonna lie, guys, it's hard. I'm talking about, you gotta, first off, I think for me, I had an advantage, I think, on a lot of people, that I like to drive, and I've done a lot of long drives before. I mean, like, Florida, straight through. One of the things that that I hear a lot of people talk about is, man, this guy's just now brought in like 4 trailers and engines. On the YouTube videos is they haven't quite got their, hey Michael, they haven't quite got their stamina up to basically to do that long drive. After 4, 5, 6 hours, I mean, they're sleepy, they're tired, because when you're in TNT, I mean, Chad's up here for a little bit, but I mean, Chad's trying to sleep back there. I'm not saying he is sleeping, but he's back in the back, curtain closed, and it's all you. You know what I'm saying? He ain't up here feeding you, whatever. You got to do what you got to do to stay awake. And I tell you this, you better not eat late at night. You better not go in there and carb up on some carbs, and you'll be past sleep out. Oh shit! Swift is parked beside of me. Damn! Don't hit my truck, all right, Swift. As long as you don't hit my truck, we're in good shape. But I got 8 people in here, 2 likes. Give me a thumbs up. Come on, guys, show love. I'm just trying to be real with you guys. So I would say that would probably be the biggest thing as well, to kind of build that tolerance up where you can stay up. When it's time for you to sleep. Because, I mean, he's going to, or he's going back in the back, and it's up to you to man the wheel. So it's when my shift was up, man, I mean, I may have grabbed something to eat and was in the bed. I mean, I slept like a baby. I mean, obviously on some of the roads I couldn't sleep, but when it was my time to sleep, I slept. Then if I was up here talking to Chad, I still slept sometimes. I mean, I just crank my head back and I go to sleep, man. I don't give a rip. Did I sleep anywhere? But that's me. Some people can't. But I can tell you this, I didn't have no mattress or no sheets or anything on last night. Peeled the plastic off, put the mattresses in here yesterday, and I crashed out last night. I watched a little bit of Netflix at the yard, then I crashed out. My plan was to get up early in the morning, go to driver lineup, see what they had, get what they had, and go. So that's what I did. And that's why I've been parked for, I don't know, I got here about 3:30. What time is it? 5:35 my time. So I've been here 3 hours, 2 hours, something like that. So what I plan on doing probably tomorrow, I'm probably going to leave out early in the morning, because There was no parking spot, or I'm sorry, there was nobody in these in Pilot here. We've never been to this physical location, but I can tell you, I think this one's got about 150 spots, and I'd say they ain't 50 tractors in here. And that's crazy for a Pilot, but I can tell you what, probably tonight it probably filled up, and that's something that I really enjoy now too. And you'll learn that in the PSD phase, is you'll start early, you'll finish early. There'll be parking when you're rolling through at night. Even trying to get in some of the gas lines to get some diesel, it's jammed. I mean, sometimes you come into a traffic jam. I mean, it's packed. And for me, that's one of the things that Chad had man, here that damn reefer does not kick on. Chad said for him, what he likes to do is to make sure that to get a spot where obviously nobody's going to hit you, because I mean that's a real thing here. I mean, I'm telling you, go Google or go YouTube some of the accidents that's happened inside of truck stops. I mean, some of the stuff you're like, man, did he really just think he could make that turn and just take his bumper out? It's crazy. So I want to be positioned in a place where I ain't got to worry about nobody hitting me. In the morning I can go out really quick. So I'll probably run out, get as close as I can tomorrow to the drop location, and then they have overnight parking. So I may even try to go in there depending on what time. I haven't decided yet. For me, being there so early, I mean, that's a concern as far as my appointment ain't until Tuesday at noon. I mean, hell, I could be there tomorrow. If I just went and drove right now, I mean, I could be there in 4 hours. So I mean, it ain't gonna be a big haul or anything. But I'm not sure what happened today, man. So check this out. So I stopped, used the restroom, clicked myself off duty, click myself off duty, go into the restroom, and now Chad's, I don't know what happened, or if I actually called logs as soon as it happened. I found a safe place, I pulled over, I called logs and said, hey, I don't know what happened to this, but I just now got a hours out of service warning. And I was like, yeah, I was baffled, but they never have called me back. I left 2 messages with them. But so I jumped back in after going to the bathroom, go back in, and typically when you're off duty and when the wheel starts rolling, it'll kick you back on duty and drive. That's the way Chad's did. Now this is the same Qualcomm and everything. So anyway, so I'm driving down the road looking over to see if it's kicked on yet, and it clicked the sleeper berth. Then it started ticking backwards. Then I started getting messages through the Qualcomm. So when all that's happened, I pull over, call logs, and it's so I don't know what it was, but I pulled over, did it manually, driving, and it still was like counting down time. I mean, I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know what happened, but anyways, so rookie, I don't know. That's how I typically did it on Chad's truck. I don't know what happened with this one, but obviously something did happen. So I got a big red triangle over here. It says, what's it say? HOS warning, HOS log update. So from 7:42, I stopped at 7:54, so the closest place I could stop. Then it did something crazy again at 8:50. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with it, but that's my bad for thinking that it's just going to start up and not manually doing it. So that's just kind of a mental note, guys. But when you're going over this, Qualcomm can be your, your best friend or your worst enemy. So I guess I'll hear back from Lauren tomorrow for vlogs. I guess where it was Sunday, they're out. But the lady told me when I just now did my upgrade class on Thursday, I did a logs class on Thursday, and she said that they are there 24/7. If they've been there 24/7, they ain't calling nobody back over here. So I don't know. But I don't want to bore you guys. I just want to give you an update. I'm going to put together this video here as soon as this GoPro charges up enough where it will Wi-Fi whatever over to my phone where I can put the video together. But I used the old headset on my head today, so I'm going to cut some of it out because I was like banging around, backing up, looking at everything. But I thought it was a pretty cool view, a point of view. Just to kind of give you an idea, straight from my eyes, what I'm looking at in the morning on my first load from going in and checking out finding the trailer. So I found the trailer, hooked it up, rocked it out, went through. So, but I think I'm gonna go in here and grab me a little bit of Subway. Then I'm probably gonna lay my butt down because I've been up since about 1 o'clock this morning. Catch me some Z's. Then I will figure out in the morning what I'm going to do. If I'm going to leave out early, if I'm going to leave out what time. I mean, I don't know yet. Yeah, I don't know yet. We will. Swift over here banging up stuff over here, guys. You see a video tomorrow. My truck's all beat up or whatever. Swift's over here. Nah, I'm just kidding, man. A lot of drivers there at Swift. A lot of drivers, but you guys be safe. And if you hit the like or subscribe button, make sure you do. There's more.